What's up, guys? Here we go. So, welcome back into the podcast. Today, I'm going to give you my top 15 quarterback rankings heading into the 2025 season. Now, I was going to do a complete list, but all 32 would really be unfair because the Colts have a quarterback competition. The Browns are waiting till next year to be viable at quarterback. The Saints, Carr retired late. We're not sure who the quarterback's going to be. And, over in G-Man land, Wilson will definitely start the year, but Dart will probably play probably week 8 to week 10. So with all that being said, we're going to do my top 15 quarterback rankings. Here we go. All right, here we go. Ready to set and go. Let's kick this off right away. Now, these are my rankings, and I'll give you a reason. We're not going to belabor many of these points. But the top four I want to make very clear. You could rank almost anywhere in 1 through 4 with the top four. I will give you my reasons for the way I ranked the current quarterbacks the way I did. Number one, the test of whether or not you are an all-time quarterback is what you do with less. It is overly abundant. Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, if roles were reversed, win the same number of Super Bowls. Most everybody agrees with that. If Manning had Brady's defenses to start out his career, Manning wins the Super Bowls and Brady does not. And the same thing would have ended up happening. So that's how I look at all of these. Josh Allen to me is the best quarterback flat out in the league. Just flat out is the best quarterback in the league. He wasn't that when he came in. He is that now. Josh Allen as a complete package is number one in my book. I believe I would want him when it comes to scrambling, running, throwing. I mean, his throw, they lost, but his throw hit Dawson Knox in the hands. Nobody says, but Knox should have caught the ball because they were so glamorized with the Chiefs. Josh Allen made the throw under duress, got the ball into his receiver's hands, and the receiver didn't make the play you have to make to go to the Super Bowl. Joe Burrow has been to a Super Bowl. Sheer dumb luck, but he is an amazing quarterback. To me, he is the most pure pocket passer in the NFL right now. The guy is absolutely amazing and surgical from the pocket. I love watching Joe Burrow play quarterback. And it's not really a shock. We've had Bengals quarterbacks that have been good. Carson Palmer was really good from the pocket. Andy Dalton was okay. He wasn't really, really good. But it's another Bengals quarterback. They have hit on some quarterbacks. Palmer, Dalton, now Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow to me is the number one pure passer, but as a whole, I will take Josh Allen over him. Number 3, because of the intangibles, is Patrick Mahomes. The moment never gets too big for him, obviously, but I do believe, a lot like I believe through Brady's career, he is being helped because of who he has. Joe Burrow with Andy Reid and Josh Allen with Andy Reid both have the same amount of Super Bowls as Patrick Mahomes does. There's no difference. They all can play that position really, really well. Joe Burrow has enough maneuverability to be able to kind of be Patrick Mahomes-esque in his escapability, but Patrick Mahomes for me is flat out number 3 in the league, and Jackson is 4, and that's because I still believe he gets a little bit overwhelmed, but his talent is irrefutable. His improvements in his passing, irrefutable. And I love watching Lamar play more and more every year. Watching progressions like Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson really give me a lot of hope. Really give me a lot of hope because I see quarterbacks actually being groomed, being signed long-term, being given big deals because we believe you're going to continue to improve. Josh Allen is currently in his prime. He's got 2 or 3 years of being peak Josh Allen, I believe. Lamar Jackson is sitting right there. Joe Burrow, I still think, could be a year or 2 away from being completely prime Joe Burrow, which is scary to think. And we'll see what happens. After you get past number 4, the debates can absolutely start. I've seen these rankings be all over the place. The reality is, for me, Matthew Stafford with the Super Bowls, the longevity, the success in Detroit when Detroit absolutely sucked, gives him the edge over everybody else. He's been doing this since he was on a team that could barely win a game because he had absolutely no defense. He did this in a completely dysfunctional organization. And that has to be given to him. Credit has to be there. This isn't a late bloomer. He's been doing this for a long time. Matthew Stafford, hands down, one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, especially on the 2-minute drive. I mean, you're a catch away from them knocking Philadelphia out of the Super Bowl. Going toe-to-toe with less talent, less guys, like more injuries on your team, and going into Philadelphia in a snowstorm and winning it on the road. That is a quarterback-driven effort, and Matthew Stafford, I believe, fully deserves number 5. Number 6, yes, I know it's his year. Number 2. I know. But have we ever seen a guy like Jayden Daniels? The charisma, the poise, the calmness each game. He looks like Tony Dungy as a quarterback. To me, that's what he looked like last year. As a rookie. Really low, not getting way up, not getting way down, just playing football. The teammates love him. Veterans around the league said, "Get me to Washington." Guess who just joined Washington on a 1-year deal? Now, do I think it's going to make a huge difference? Maybe not. Do I think if they sparingly play him through the year, it'll make a difference in the playoffs? I'll take Von Miller in the playoffs. I'll take him when I'm trying to go after Jalen Hurts, when I'm trying to go after Matt Stafford, Jared Goff. I'll take Von Miller on a 1-year deal. Give it to me. So Jayden Daniels is my 6. Number 7, Justin Herbert. What he's done with the Chargers, regardless of the playoff stuff. Let's take playoff stuff out for a second because I think playoff success is a little bit too much thrown on quarterbacks. They can get them to the playoffs, but once you get into the playoffs, it's about coaching. It is about coaching and the talent on the field. Justin Herbert and Jim Harbaugh last year did not have the talent. DeMeco Ryans and C.J. Stroud had the talent. They had their number. The Chargers weren't ready. That was year number 1 of Harbaugh. They make the playoffs. They show, guess what, guys? We're back and we're in this division. Mahomes and the Chiefs better watch out. And then, oh yeah, a couple spots down the list, we're going to have Bo Nix. He's in that division. They're coming for the Chiefs. This is a really good pocket passing quarterback that has mobility, that can do rollouts. Now this year, I think he's got to get a little bit better on his timing. I think Harbaugh, they drafted the receiver. Unfortunately, Mike Williams ended up retiring, and I think he just realized, I don't want to do this anymore. So he retired as a Charger, as he should. But they went out, they drafted Trey Harris, they got McConkey, their tight end situation is a little fluid at the moment, but they got two good running backs in the backfield now. He's got help. He's absolutely got help. So my thought process on Justin Herbert is really simply this. I want to see him take control late in the games a little bit more. That's what I want to see. I want to see him take control late in the games a little bit more. Give me a little bit more late game heroics, and it'll solidify him being a top 7 quarterback in the NFL. Because you could talk me out of it. Absolutely. Jared Goff with the Lions. Listen, Sean McVay bailed on him. It worked for Sean McVay. He won a Super Bowl with Matt Stafford. But Detroit has absolutely shown that Goff is a top 10 quarterback in this league. Jared Goff, consistent, reliable, definitely has, that game against the Commanders in the playoffs kind of showed the worst that there is of Jared Goff. The absolute worst. I am not worried about that. I'm not worried about that. That's the absolute worst he's going to be. Then number 9, you got Baker Mayfield, and there's a lot of potential talk back on this one. I will give you the simple reasons. Baker Mayfield, the last 3 years, the last year in Cleveland and the last 2 years in Tampa Bay, to me has changed his aura. I like what Baker does. I like Baker's leadership a lot more. He grew up. He's in a place that doesn't have as much pressure. The Browns bailed on him. He didn't bail on the Browns. The Buccaneers took him in, already had a good organization, brought him in, gave him some structure that he didn't have in Cleveland necessarily, not coach-wise, organization-wise, from the top, the owners. Because Jimmy Haslam is not you cannot compare Cleveland ownership and Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield has really, really improved. And you could put him anywhere between 8 to 11, honestly. For me, number 10 is then C.J. Stroud. This year is a huge year for him. He has to solidify his top 10 status by having a big junior year. New offensive coordinator, one that I believe isn't going to get afraid like Bobby Slowick did last year. He really got hurt by his offensive coordinator last year. The play calling was absolutely dreadful. I'm looking forward to seeing what C.J. Stroud can do. Number 11 for me is Jalen Hurts. And Sirianni did what he was supposed to do. He came out and said it's preposterous. That's not what he said. But basically, it's absolutely crazy to think that the Eagles won the Super Bowl carrying Jalen Hurts. You mean having the number 21 or 22nd passing offense and winning all those games because you limited how much he threw the ball? You mean that's not carrying him? Now, Sirianni has to. Let me be very clear. I am not upset with Sirianni for supporting Jalen Hurts. I want to be very clear. He has to. We're not dumb. We know he wasn't good. They won in spite of him because of a great offensive line and an absolutely amazing running back. That's why he won. So Jalen Hurts 11, 12 Bo Nix. Bo Nix, because of all the news surrounding everybody else, flew under the radar last year. Go look at his stats. Because of Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix's stats flew under the radar. The kid is good. He's with Sean Payton. I said it. I've said it and said it and said it. I was right. I knew he wanted Bo. I knew Payton wanted Bo Nix. I knew he was going to draft him. I knew he was going to be his Drew Brees, but a lot more mobile, and he is. And he can run. And he keeps defenses really honest because he's shifty. He is fun to watch. So for me, Bo Nix is number 12. Jordan Love in Green Bay is in a huge year. He's got to prove he can be the quarterback. He's really got to prove he can be the quarterback. Green Bay needs him to be a leader now, be a guy that Matt LaFleur doesn't have to protect, but instead can use in big game situations. Love has continually failed in big games. They need him to perform. Kyler Murray in Arizona, this is where you can get there's a lot of guys that, there's about 4 guys that aren't on this list that you can start arguing for 14 and 15. But to me, Kyler Murray throws one of the prettiest footballs in the NFL. When he's protected, he is one of the most accurate passers in the NFL. He's got decent maneuverability. He's not as fast as he was. I'll give you that. But I really, really love watching the ball just fly through the air out of Kyler's hand. It is a beautifully thrown football. And sometimes just being accurate gets you spots. And for me, the accuracy, now, his downside. He hates getting hit because he's a little guy. And I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to get crushed, either. But you're the quarterback. You got to deal with it. He hears footsteps a lot, and that's not the best. And then finally for me, Drake May is number 15. With Josh McDaniels this year, last year, the Patriots having to carry that thing because of how bad everything was and still performing the way that he did was really impressive. Playing fantasy, and I know everybody's always split on fantasy. Why I love fantasy, and I will say it again. Fantasy football gives me the ability to actually look at the individual performance. I know when it's bloated, like a lot of Dak Prescott's performances have been, big games, but they were already down by 21, and all of a sudden in the fourth quarter he throws for 155 yards and 2 touchdowns. The stats look a lot better than they were starting the fourth quarter. Drake May was always down. Drake May was always in an offense that couldn't get going because he had no blocking. The run game, really sucked. This year, Josh McDaniels, Travion Henderson, new offensive line. I cannot wait to see what he can do. I am really excited about Drake May. He's the reason Vrabel took the Patriot job. He gets Drake May. Got that top pick. He got his running back. He got his left tackle. You guys know I'm all in on the Patriots. All in on the Patriots. All right. Quicker one. Didn't want to belabor this too much. Camps are starting. Rookies are reporting. NFL is back. You're going to start hearing more news. Let's close this out with some other news. Rashee Rice has been officially sentenced to 30 days in jail, which means he's going to be suspended. It's unfortunate. It's deserved. Do not get me wrong. It's deserved. It's unfortunate, though. And I hope he learns his lesson and improves because he's definitely got talent. There's no doubt about it. He's definitely got talent. So I definitely hope he improves. All right, guys. That is going to be it for this one. Have an absolutely fantastic Thursday. Hold it. Yeah, it's Friday. Doggone it. It's Thursday right now. Friday is when everybody's going to be waking up going to work. So if it's payday, don't lose all your money immediately. If it's not, have a fantastic Friday and head into the weekend as strong as you can. That's going to be it for me. And make sure to like, subscribe to the podcast. You guys know I appreciate it. And I will have another one Friday night. We'll do another quick one heading into the weekend as we get ready to start our training camp preview series starting on Monday. Thank you guys so much for watching. For Sports Talk with Hawk, I am Hawk, and I'm out. Have a great night, guys.